A chance for David Grande. That's a cheeky finish. What a stunning strike! Breathtaking stuff from the Cameroonian. See on that header. A thumping one.
I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it.
Let's take this journey together.
I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last,
Great
but
comeback from Kozhikode FC.
Kerala will not let you down.
Fosa Coochi's turn to turn into hosts for the first time ever in the Mahindra Super League Kerala 2024 as the Furnace gears up to play against Malappuram Football Club. Alongside Oziri Ongane, chance for a cross, and it comes into a dangerous area. And we have the opening goal. It's that man, Pedro Manzi, etched his name into the history books. Aiter playing it short towards Beitia, who floats it inside the penalty area. Manzi peels his man and brings it down into a great area. Excellent combination play. It's Fazlur Rahman this time.
Fosa Coochi FC in the Super League Kerala, one of the teams that I've been following very closely. The first you have to talk about Coach Mario Lemos. I've really liked his attitude on the field. I've really liked the way he's managed this team so far. The first thing that strikes me is the consistency in team selection. You see in every game, it shows that the coach knows what his squad is. He knows the players that he has, and he's willing to give them the time to find that team chemistry while playing in competitive games. And with that consistent team selection comes performances. Dorielton, for me, one of the best strikers in the league. A striker who's a defender's nightmare. He likes to play on the shoulders of the centre backs. Every game, the moment he receives that ball, he's always running at defenders. He's always running behind, and that's the advantage of a focal point, a good number 9 in the team. And he's only going to get better and better as this tournament goes on. For me, one of the players that has impressed me the most is Nitin Madhu at right back. For me, the best right back in the league. Why? He can go up and down for 90 minutes. He's good on the ball. What I like about him, he's a good defender. He wins his 1v1 duels. Very rarely does he lose a 1v1 duel. He's been asked by Coach Mario Lemos at times to play in centre midfield when in possession, and he's done that as well. So he's grown leaps and bounds, and I'm really looking forward to how he shapes up as the matches get tougher and we move into the business end of this season. Another aspect that has impressed me about Fosa Coochi FC and Coach Mario Lemos is the in-game management. We've seen many games in the Super League Kerala change after the substitutions have been made. And Coach Mario Lemos has changed the outcome of Fosa Coochi FC on more than one occasions by making intelligent substitutions or intelligent changes, especially in midfield. For example, playing Mohammad Nidal a little bit up front and giving him a free role. For that, he's brought in someone like an Asif at a number 6 position. Sometimes he's played Arjun Jayaraj and Asif together to have that solidarity at the back. And last but not the least, this team for me has not yet peaked. It's peaking at the right time. It's not about how you start this league, it's about how you finish. So for me, Fosa Coochi FC are one team that I think will peak at the right time, come making it to the top 4 and then in the semi-finals. So watch out for them. They are my dark horses to win this league.
Thrissur Magic FC taking on Malappuram FC. Both here for a common need, the need for a win.
He has options right and left. He tries to do it alone. A deflected one towards Pedro Manzi. This was the moment they were all waiting for. Malappuram have the lead. Anas Saratorika knows what to do to kill some time. Alex Sanchez is free. What a ball that from Anas. Alex Sanchez! And he's an expert in these situations.
Hello, I'm here to speak about Malappuram performance this season. So before the season began, I consider Malappuram to have the best and the strongest squad in the league, and for sure one of the favorites for the title. And they signed a lot of great players and very experienced coach in George Gregory. So all the ingredients to become one of the best teams in the league. They start really well, to be honest, winning that 2-0 against Kochi in the opening game. But since then they struggled to find that performance and consistency. And for me, you know, after that it was they only got one win, so it's a little bit disappointing given the expectations, you know, around the team. From the tactical perspective, they are one of the teams with the highest possession of the league, but at the same time they creating the fewest goal scoring situations. So that tells you a lot. That tells you that the possession is in non-threatening areas, you know, making a lot of passes in their own half, and didn't find that solution, you know, to moving forward and try to find the spaces. So for me, one of the things was that they lack that number 10, that player that creates difference and find the spaces between the lines. I really like the way John Gregory tried to transmit, you know, his player, the way they want to play, always trying to build up from the back, opening the game and trying to combine between the players. But I think they became a little bit predictable, you know, in attack. They have, for me, some of the best strikers on paper, but that is not always synonym of success, because they didn't create too many clear chances, and at the same time, the chances they had, they were not too effective. One of the players that impressed me the most was Fazlur Rehman. You know, in the right wing, he showed like glimpses of brilliance, always trying to cover a lot of ground in the right wing, being one of the most important players for them. But at the same time, he didn't find too many partners. You know, he needs players around to try to combine and try to find those spaces. For me, he's one of the best players, always in the timing. It's for that I would like to see him more playing in that role of fullback, sometimes playing as a right back, because from that side he's able to surprise, you know, and coming from second line, trying to take advantage of those spaces. For sure, one of the players to watch out, and for me, one of the best for Malapuram FC. So Malappuram for me needs to improve a little bit in their attack, be more consistency in defense, and at the same time, you know, try to find those spaces where Joseba Beitia and the creative players can move between lines to be closer to the striker. So with those adjustments and some tactical adjustment, for sure they will turn their fortune around, because the talent is there. It's true that they don't have the time, but if they get the confidence back, for sure they can have that contention for the playoffs.
Patrick Mota swings it in the danger zone, a free header as well, and the lead for the home side.
A couple of 1-2s near the edge of the 30-yard circle, and that's a goal! That's a wonderful goal!
Sergio Alexander's Coleman really took off on a good note as they started in the first 3 rounds on position 2. After the 3rd round, they slipped away and they just could not get their bearings. Sergio Alexander brought up a good composure in his team, with Michel playing in the goal, a foreigner goalkeeper, really giving that advantage to them. But Akil and Renan in the middle did pretty well, with Badish on one side and Papuya on the other. Sishan and Patrick Mota in the midfield with Davi Kuhn, and on top they had Otimor with Vishnu on one side. But nevertheless, they had a little bit of confusion in the team, because they were either wanted to play Michel in the goal, or they wanted to add up one striker up front, which was a really difficult situation for the coach. And I think that went wrong somewhere for them to slip from the 3rd position. Talking about the midfield, talking about explosiveness into the attacking third, Usher is one player whom I can really pick out in this team, who can really add teeth to the attack. Usher comes on the wings, he gets on, he's got that ability to explode into the box, put it in the centers. There's Patrick Mota, there is Otomar up front, and then Marcus coming in from the bench always helps them. into getting. He's got 1 goal to his credit, Marcus. But Usher is one player who's got 1 goal and 2 assists. It's not difficult to keep themselves, but they have to keep winning from now on.
His options on the left, free option. But Brito was there. Should have played it closer, but he still earned it back. Brito has a chance. And now an easy tap in. And the tricks work. Abhiram, the chest on. The defender turned attacker. And that is a fine looking cross. Brito with the header. Experience counts. Experience comes into play when you need the most. And Brito PM doubles the lead.
Despite them having a really difficult season, you have to think about what they've been through, especially in pre-season, in recruitment of players. When you lag behind, or when you're behind other teams in terms of preparation for the league, as far as pre-season is concerned, as far as recruitment is concerned, you're always going to find it difficult within the season. Then talking about coach Giovanni's Kannur, when you look at their teams playing, I find it difficult to find a clear style of play. At the start, they were a very defensive team. They played with a lone striker up front, which was CK Vineeth. Then towards the latter part of the season, they started playing with 2 strikers up front and getting a bit more higher up the pitch. So in terms of team selection, I don't think even at this point of time, the management knows what the right starting 11 is, and that may be the problem. Because when players don't get the chance to gel well on the pitch, it's very difficult to find that combination and eventually find wins as well.
Now the situation really not was well and not to be well now, because we have really many problems. But I don't cry, because this is what happened in the football in one team, and I want the reaction. I have a group of 27 people, and it's important to see that our guys fight until end, and will try everything to take this first 3 points in our league.
Part of it comes down to recruitment as well. The Indian contingent in that group, I don't think have been the best. So they have to kind of step up when it comes to finding the right players, to find that right balance and a winning combination maybe next season onwards. Positives for Thrissur Magic FC. For me, CK Vineeth. CK Vineeth has been one of the best players for them. He's been the focal point. At times he's played alone up front, and he's played with determination. He's played with that confidence and that want to win games for Thrissur Magic FC. If they can find a partner to play alongside him, CK Vineeth has goals, has assists in his game. He's done that throughout his career, and he can be that focal point for Thrissur Magic FC going forward. Then comes Injamol Hawk, playing at left back. In a defense that has not been as good as the other teams in the league, he's been a very steady player in that back four. He's been steady in his position. He very rarely loses a duel 1v1. And for me, he's a player that they can build upon. You know, all in all, when you talk about Thrissur Magic FC, I think this is a season now that they'll play for pride in each and every game. For me, Thrissur Magic FC have to go back to the drawing board, have a good pre-season, have a good player recruitment plan, and start afresh from next season. Obviously, in this season, they have 3 more games to play. And if they can beat any one of those teams in these 3 games, they can upset the top 4 race for sure. So it's going to be interesting to see how Thrissur Magic FC play these last 3 games, especially with injuries. They've been very unlucky with injuries. Losing CK Vineeth, losing Alex Dos Santos, and losing key players in your team does not help either. So all in all, it hasn't been the best of seasons for Thrissur Magic FC, but if they win a game or 2, they can end this season on a high note and possibly upset any other team's chances for a top 4 place.
Another tiring delivery, a lethal header, and a last moment winner here.
And now through on goal is Isa, and he makes no mistake. Thrissur Alvarez.
Rishad Kapoor, the youngster, a lot of hopes on him. Rishad takes it on his left.
Let's break down Kannur Warriors' strength and the areas of improvement. For me, one of the best balanced teams in the league for sure. They start the league really well. Now they are undefeated after 7 rounds with 3 victories and 4 draws. They are defensive, very solid, very well organized in midfield, and very dangerous in attack. So they have all the ingredients, you know, to always dominate the games.
A long throw. A chance for David Grande.
There you go. Munmun Lugun with a cross. A set-up here for Alvarez. It still breaks inside the penalty area. And it's still on for Sardinero, who turns it in finally.
But despite this strong performance, they have shown a clear pattern, you know, of suffering and struggling to closing out the games. So I believe it's a mental barrier. It's something that they need to improve for sure, because we saw this multiple times. You know, they come to the game very dominant. They usually score, and after they drop off. And they lost almost 8 points, you know, from winning positions, always for these draws after keep leading in the game. They lost in the last minute. So for me, it's something that for sure they need to work on, because at the end, if you want to become a champions, you need to control those small details in the last minutes. And now we can talk about the revelation for me of the league. My guy, Thrissur Magic, one of the most important players for me. I think it was a great decision from Manuel Sanchez to give confidence to these young players, because he is that kind of player that gives you that wildness, always trying to go one-on-one versus the defenders and trying to make something special. And don't forget that he's still 17 years old. He has that maturity, you know, to decide when to keep the ball, when to play forward, when to try to be more calm and give continuity to the game. So one of the players that for sure it will be, if he keeps growing, and this platform is really good for him, you know, to show himself, show his talent. And if he keep growing like that, for sure he will be one of the future Indian players. The game changer for them, as Floyd likes to call Batman and Robin, Asier Gomez and Adrián Sardinero. I prefer to call them Zipi Zape. It's a cartoons in Spain that they always try to make travels, you know, that love football and try to make travels in the school. So for me, it's the perfect connection, and it's the best addition that Manuel Sanchez did in the last games, you know, because they are always connecting very well, always understanding each other only with the view. And Asier is the one that is moving as second striker, always to try to create spaces for Adrián Sardinero inside the box where he's most dangerous. And they are involved in almost all the goals of Kannur Warriors. So imagine how important they've been for the team. And for sure, if they go into the playoffs, it will be an important connection, you know, that we want to see for the next games. Kannur Warriors have all the tools for me to become champions this year, and they are on the right way. But at the same time, they need to improve mentally and try to learn those lessons, you know, to try to close out the games a little bit earlier. But for sure, one of the contenders for the title. And I would like to give credits to Manuel Sanchez for all the adjustments he did to the team and finding this style and coming in the best moment, the best momentum for these last games before the playoffs.
And now back across goal, and the powerful header, unmarked inside the penalty area. And we have the first goal. The visitors take the lead through Mohammad Riaz. Gunny this time, good to wait on the corner. Keeper misjudging the flight, and he's been paid for that. Excellent defending at the far post. There's still a chance here. They gets the shot in, and that's the number 3 for Kozhikode FC. Belford combining with Barfo. Belford!
The Mahindra Super League Kerala has started off with a bang. A lot of football matches going on. The under-23 players, the foreigners and the local players have dished out some good performance. And in the points table, we've seen Calicut right on top of the table, and we'll talk about it today. A team that is well balanced over there with the defense, midfield and the attack. It's going to be interesting to see that they have a lot of creativeness in the team. Coach Ian Gillan has bought a fantastic team because Calicut has topped the table and they've not lost a single match. So it's going to be very interesting to see his team, how he has composed his team from defense to midfield to attack. He's got some fantastic players. Vishal June has been the top goalkeeper with them, and he has considered only 7 goals, and that's the highlight of his team. So Gunny has got 3 goals and 3 assists to him, and he has been one of the versatile players. He's been the man to watch in the team. He has been played on the center, he's played on the wings. He's effective all the ways because he's one man whom Gillan has given him the freedom to really move up front. and the trio of Belfort, Gunny and Barfo has been really lethal over there. They have got not one or two scorers, they have got 3-4 scorers. Haku can score, you've got Belfort, Barfo can score. Brito has got about three goals to his credit.
Brace yourself for a clash that will redefine the sport. The Kombans, renowned for their strength and determination, are set to face off against the mighty Purple Army. This epic clash will be a battle of fate. Tune in on Friday, 25th October, 7 p.m. onwards, live and exclusive on Star Sports First and Disney Plus Hotstar.